Hello, today we're going to explain how you can use Mighty Wizards from SPDocKit 5 to easily manage permissions for users in a SharePoint farm. In today's video, we're going to follow Garth. Garth is a SharePoint admin at Contasso Inc. We're going to show you how Garth can utilize SPDocKit for his daily tasks through 5 common scenarios. Let's go ahead and get started. Day 1, Site Collection Administrators. At Contasso, Garth is in charge of the entire farm, with 27 different site collections. And today, he was tasked with adding Mary as site collection admin for 25 different site collections. Yeah, we know, that's a lot of clicking, right? Well, here is how you can achieve that goal with minimal effort using our tool. Start SPDocKit, navigate to the Permissions Explorer, and click on the Wizards ribbon. Choose the Site Collection Administrator's icon and the wizard will start. First, choose the action you wish to perform. We will choose New Secondary Administrator for this example. Click Next. Now we need to specify the target, the entire web application in which changes will be made, or just specific site collections within a desired web application. We need to assign Mary to all site collections except Edicovery and Contasso Farm, so we deselected these two. Set who will be your secondary administrator, choosing from the list. Just as in SharePoint, you may specify one user or none, in which case the secondary administrators of the selected site collections will be removed. Start typing the name. We want to define Mary, and choose the person you want. Click Next. The wizard will show you a preview of the changes. For example, here we can see that Mary will replace Brian in some site collections. If everything is okay and you're satisfied with your new settings, click Next and wait for your changes to be applied. That's it. Day 2, Clone Permissions. A new employee, Katie, has been hired at Contasso. Garth has been tasked with giving her proper privileges for the finance team sites. The only input Garth received was she needs to have the same privileges as Chris. Navigate to the Permissions Explorer and click on the Wizard's ribbon. This time, we will click on the clone icon to start the wizard. First, we need to define which site collection will be a wizard scope. Principal's permissions will be cloned only within this site collection. Click Next. Now we need to select the source principal. We've chosen Chris Johnson, whose permissions and group memberships we wish to clone. The destination principal is Katie Jordan. Be careful because this process will delete the existing permissions for the destination principals you've selected. The wizard will now show you a preview of the changes to be made. This also allows you to modify any settings you might not like. Click Next to apply and finish. Please note, except for the cloning, you can do something similar using the transfer option. It's important to note that if you use the transfer option to accomplish this, the selected source principal will lose all its directory-given permissions and SharePoint group memberships in this process, as they will be copied to destination principals. Day 3, Grant Permissions. Granting permissions can be easily done via SharePoint UI. But what should one do when a user needs to be granted very granular permissions? In our example, a user, Shannon, needs to be granted full control permissions in all the Finance Reports document libraries in 2 site collections called Controlling and Finance. Navigate to Permissions Explorer, choose the Wizards ribbon, and then click on the Manage icon. In the first step, we need to choose the option Grant Permissions. The next step allows you to specify the entire web application in which changes will be made, or specific site collections or subsites within a desired web application. We needed only 2 specific site collections, Controlling and Finance. The third step allows you to select principals and objects you wish to change. We wanted to apply this change to all lists that match the name Finance Reports in all the site collections that we selected in the previous step. Select users to whom you wish to grant the permissions. In our example, we wanted to grant permissions to Shannon. Now, we need to select the permission levels that we want to grant to Shannon. Permission levels listed in this step depend on the selected site collection template. Click Next. In the Preview step, make sure that the pending changes will do exactly what you wanted. Apply the changes and voila! Day 4. Group Management. Garth has been tasked with removing Katie from a number of groups in 3 site collections. Here is how one of the built-in wizards can help him achieve this task. Start the wizard by clicking on the membership icon on the wizard's ribbon. Choose the action. In this case, we need to choose Remove User from all groups. In the second step, we will specify site collections within the desired web application. IT, Finance, and Controlling. Now we need to choose Katie Jordan, a user who we wish to remove from all SharePoint groups within the selected scope in the previous step. Click Next. Now we carefully check the preview of pending changes. If everything is okay, click Next to apply. The last step shows the changes that we made. If any errors have occurred, they will be displayed here. It is possible to save this log to disk as a text file using the Save Log button. Day 5. Break and restore permissions. SharePoint permissions can be broken and restored on individual items such as sites, lists, and list items. To save time doing that item by item, Garth is going to use our built-in wizard to restore permission inheritance on all the document libraries named Sales and break permission inheritance for all the lists named Finance Tasks. Let's start with the Break/Restore Permissions Inheritance wizard from the wizard's ribbon. In this example, we need to restore permissions. So the first thing we should choose in step 1 is Restore Permission Inheritance. Now we will choose the site collections to which we will apply this action: Controlling and Finance. In the configuration step, you can specify which objects this wizard will affect. We wanted to apply this change to all lists matched by the name Sales in all the site collections that we chose in the step before. Preview the changes and click Next to apply if everything is okay. Now we will start the wizard again and choose another option, Break Permission Inheritance, to perform another action. In the target step, we will choose the whole web application. Note that all the subsites that match the specified criteria on the selected web application will be affected. We wish to apply this change on all lists matched by name that contain the term Finance Tasks, so we added this to our configuration options. Click Next. Finally, we check the pending changes and click Next to apply them. Please check out our other SPDocKit videos. We hope you like what we showed you today. If you need help with the application, feel free to contact our support team at support@acceleratio.net or sales team at sales@acceleratio.net.